Are you wondering about stacking silver and gold during these really high prices? Over the last week, spot price has hit record after record, and then it basically just dropped off a cliff. So I'm going to show you how to preserve wealth during these times and explain why these 3 tips will really help you not lose big in precious metals. First off is ignore the hype. Stick to your plan. You should have already had a budget of how much you want to spend either weekly, monthly, quarterly. Don't chase the spot price. If you plan $100 a week, continue to stick to that. By sticking to your plan, you get to stack at your own pace, and you're not chasing spot and saying, okay, like it's going to go up another, $100. I need to jump in there and get it. Just continue to stack fractional. If you want ounces, just get what you can afford at the time you can afford it, and it will pay off in the long run. So avoid large one-time purchases. If you normally buy one eagle a week and then you think silver is going to skyrocket to the moon and you go all in and buy a tube, you might spend over $2,000 at once when your budget was really only $100 or $200 a month. Then when a huge market reset happens, like we saw last week, you might start to question your method or even the metals in general. This is not the get rich quick path, or at least it's not for me. So I use precious metals as a way to preserve wealth and keeping money outside of the traditional banking system. That being said, I do deviate from this rule, and I will make a large purchase if the if the market drops significantly. If I see that there's a huge reset, huge pullback, like for example what we just saw, I will take a couple $1,000s and go and make a purchase. By sticking to your budget and keeping with your plan, when there's a huge reset, market reset like what happened this last week, you won't start to question your method or even the metals in general. But if you go all in on thinking that it's going to climb to the roof and then all of a sudden things change and that didn't work, you might be disappointed. This is not the get rich quick path, or at least it's not for me. So I use precious metals as a way to preserve wealth and keeping money outside of the traditional fiat banking systems. That being said, I deviate from this rule when the price drops. So if there's a huge market reset and the price tanks one day or over the course of a week or a month, I'm probably buying, and I'm probably going to keep buying every time it goes down, because I am holding this for the long term, and I do believe that it's going to go back up. So another thing is keep a reserve for when those large dips do happen, because they do happen historically. You'll see large dips. I'm always in favor of buying in the large dip, even buying a large amount when it drops lower than normal. So if you're normally buying, let's say $30, $40, $50, it drops down to 20. I might go in a little bit more to keep my dollar cost average a little bit lower, but I don't try to chase spot price. So if I'm not ready and I don't have the money in the budget, I'm not going to chase it, and I'm not going to worry because I know it's going to come back down, it's going to go back up. I'm stacking more for the long term. So again, all that being said, I stack silver and gold for the long-term wealth and also as a hedge against inflation. I use it as a savings account. A little bit more difficult to spend for me since I have to liquidate the metals first. This helps me continue to grow and keep my hands out of the stack when I want to buy something for myself. It's a little bit too easy to just make a transfer from a savings account to a checking account and go purchase something. So this is what I use precious metals for. Every little bit helps. Keep the momentum. Keep stacking during high prices, but remember, stay true to your terms and average that cost. Thank you guys for watching, and if you made it this far, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. Put a comment down there what you thought was interesting on the video, and my next video is actually going to be about selling silver and gold. So if you're interested in some of the mistakes that I made, click on the link that's showing up on your screen.